What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Up and Under podcast. My name is Nathan,
I'm Ninos.
and today we have a very special guest with us, and his name is.
Parsa, what's good? Special. Thank you.
Today we're going to be. It's a very special episode. We're going to be doing a GOAT debate between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James.
Yeah, just a little disclaimer. We all know who the true GOAT is, Michael Jordan, but
It's LeBron. No,
all right, I'll leave it. We'll talk about that soon. But
we'll talk about that's another episode.
Another episode, yeah.
we're gonna just be focusing on Kobe and LeBron because we got a bronze sexual in the house, Parsa. So honestly, Kobe's the GOAT, and you can't say rings don't matter because rings do matter.
And Bill Russell is the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, but
And Robert Horry is
Bill
second.
Russell also played in a barn.
What about Robert Horry?
Robert Horry also played. He wasn't the best player on 7 championship teams. He was like
But you said
the
rings matter.
fourth player. Yeah, we also have to listen. Rings matter, but you also need to have the stats for it.
Yeah, but who was better on the Lakers when Shaq and Kobe were playing?
Shaq, but who was better on the Heat?
LeBron. What do you mean?
Dwayne Wade, baby. No, I'm just kidding. But definitely, if LeBron wins 5 rings, I would say he's better than Kobe. But for now, I don't think he is.
I think that I don't know. Well, okay, so before I was doing like some thinking too earlier. It's a tough debate because on paper both players like look good. But at the same time, like you got to think about like who like would leave a better legacy on the game. So at the end of the day, my decision came down to Kobe Bryant because I'm not being biased or anything. Not because I grew up like a fan, blah blah blah. I grew up watching him, but my first point is that I think that he's a better defensive player for sure, and defense wins championships, which is why he's won 5 and LeBron has only won 3.
Name a defensive highlight in the playoffs that Kobe has.
All right,
dude, I don't even need any defensive highlight.
Defensive highlights don't
the
matter.
block in the finals.
Dude, 12-time all-defensive team. You don't even need to name a highlight. LeBron's only won 6.
Yeah, but if we're judging on basically the best player, athletically is LeBron. Scoring-wise is Kobe, sure. But LeBron has assists, his blocks, he has steals.
But the thing is, points. LeBron for most of his career was a lazy defender. Now he's playing a little better defense, but
he's say lazy.
He's a pretty lazy defender when he plays defense when he wants to play defense, but he doesn't play 24/7 when he's on the court all day.
Yeah, but no one does.
I'll admit LeBron is the better team player though. He's a better team player.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you're going one-on-one, Kobe Bryant.
But that one-on-one is just scoring wise, you know what I mean? But like basketball is a team game and LeBron is the best at it.
Maybe the best team player for sure, but all around, I still have to give it to Kobe. I think clutch scenario also, I'm giving the ball to Kobe. If I had LeBron and Kobe on the team,
how many clutch shots does Kobe have versus LeBron? How many buzzer beaters in the finals?
70% from the free throw line. Kobe can do that with a torn ACL. He made both.
It was Achilles.
I know, but I was giving an example. He can make it with the torn ACL.
See, I think towards the end of his career, Kobe's legacy kind of went downhill a little bit. I think that a little bit waters down his career a little bit.
But he also was like injured because they put too much pressure on him and he didn't really have anyone. It was just him.
Kobe still played with injuries though. Like he played with a broken index finger in the finals.
Yeah, but LeBron
with torn Achilles.
Yeah, but LeBron's a god. Like literally, he won't get injured. Like he's just physically like a better.
He also stopped playing because of a cramp, though.
Yeah, but it's a cramp.
And like even like LeBron and like some players and even most players today, they sit out because of like probably like a minor ankle injury or because of Paul George, because fuck Paul George, he's sitting out because of dizziness.
Yeah.
But
I hate
I
Paul
mean,
George.
that's just how like the game of basketball is today too. Like players be sitting out for like no apparent reason. But
It's
like
pretty whack.
Kobe played through like the flu, dude. Like this guy was built
That's the
different.
flu. That's the flu. Cramp and flu are two different things. Name me one player that's played through a cramp.
Dude, I feel like everyone can play with the cramp.
Yeah,
You can't play
I
with a
think
cramp.
playing,
Like when you
bro,
get a cramp, you can't play.
Kobe breaks his finger every single game and
But
still
that's
plays.
different than a
And
cramp.
then Kobe played with like he went and finished his free throws when he tore his Achilles. Like you can't even walk
So
when you tear
LeBron in the
your Achilles.
finals played with a sprained wrist in the
Sprained
2016
wrist,
finals.
broken finger is not the same thing. Sprain
Cramp
compared
and
to the
flu aren't
actual
the same
brain.
thing.
Come on, come
All
on.
right, let's get to the playoffs. This is where it really matters. This is where Kobe and LeBron are differentiated.
Oh, how many losses does LeBron have though in the finals?
CCC.
Can you tell me?
CCC.
Can you tell me how
CCC.
many?
That is his only downside. But he versed so many more super teams than Kobe.
But he also had a super team more than Kobe.
So did Kobe. Every championship he won was with not a super team,
It
but a
wouldn't
really
be.
stacked team.
I mean, the 2000, 2001, 2002 teams, he had Shaq, definitely the Hall of Famer on his team. But other than that, he just had really good role players. He had Derek Fisher, Robert Ory. There wasn't
So
anyone
LeBron.
insane. LeBron, his first championship had Dwayne Wade, which was arguably the second best shooting guard in the league at the time, right behind Kobe. And he had Chris Bosh, which was probably like in the beginning of the Heat run, was probably top 5 big man in the league. So that's probably 2 of the top 10 players in the NBA at that time. Kobe had 1 of the top 5 players in the NBA. And in his run in 2000, when they won 2009, 2010, it was a great team. I'm not going to argue about that. But Gasol, like, he was an all-star, but I don't think he's on the level of Chris Bosh or
Oh, he was in his
Wade.
prime. Yeah, but like you can't just look at Pau Gasol. You gotta look at Derek Fisher, great
Okay,
defensive player,
Derek
Meta World
Fisher,
Peace.
great defensive player. That's the overstretch. Derek Fisher was a good role player.
Yeah, but how many defensive players did LeBron play with?
How many
Just D
defensive?
Wade. Like how many great defensive players has LeBron played with?
What great defensive player was Kobe playing with besides
Yeah,
Shaq?
Derek Fisher had Meta World Peace.
Dude, you're comparing Derek Fisher. Dwayne Wade's a better defender than Derek Fisher.
That's one
Come
though.
on, dude. That's not a great defender, bro. What? How many
Derek Fisher
defensive?
and Meta World Peace were strictly for defending. They didn't
How
have to
many
score.
defensive teams did Derek Fisher make? 0. Meta World
Neither
Peace
D
was at
Wade.
the end of his prime.
Nah,
You
he was
can't
pretty
compare.
good.
You can't
He was pretty
compare
good
Meta
into it.
World Peace with Chris Bosh and D Wade. Come on,
Yeah, but
dude.
Chris Bosh wasn't like an all defensive player.
Yeah, but he still was an all NBA player.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know. I low key, I'm on the fence for this one because I don't know. When we're talking about playoffs, I don't know. Both players, like I gotta be on the fence on.
Playoffs is tricky. But like, when did LeBron take the Cavs to the finals? In 2007?
Yeah,
Was it?
when
Yeah.
when he
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
swept.
he had no one.
No, that's true. He didn't.
No one.
He had Zydrunas Ilgauskas and like Varejao and like Mo Williams. He had no one. But my only problem is LeBron has made it to the finals. Yeah, he's a great player. But to me, he's also lost too many in the finals with pretty like really better teams than Kobe's had. I'd argue
Yeah.
any Heat team was better than the 09-10 Laker team. And then the Cleveland team, when he had Kevin Love and Kyrie, I'd say that's arguable. That probably on par. Because I guess like I play down the Lakers 10 team, but
No,
they did have a pretty stacked team.
they were
It
pretty
just
good.
wasn't another star. So that's
They
the
had
thing.
chemistry. See, I think that's the most important in a team. They had chemistry.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching them. I'm like, they're pretty good. And that's what the Heat had too. Like you could put a bunch of good players together, doesn't mean they're gonna win.
Hmm.
Like look at Houston Rockets. Yeah, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. Like it doesn't mean you're gonna win.
I think it's the coach too.
I think it's just like unfair to judge someone for losing in the finals if someone loses in like the second round. I think
Yeah.
losing in the second round is worse than losing in the finals.
Clippers.
Clippers are never gonna make the playoffs. Never gonna win a finals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the reason why I'm on the fence for this one was because thinking back, so for example, take the 2016 finals, for example, like the Cavs, LeBron and the Cavs just beat a team that came off a 73-9 record.
That's the best example.
That was the reason why I was thinking, I was like, dude, I can't really I don't know.
See, like there's no excuses for that finals either. Like no one was injured. Everyone was in their prime. Everyone was healthy. But LeBron just literally carried the entire team.
Draymond was out like 2 games, but
He was getting out one game.
that doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. They got blown out that game.
Everyone still talks about
Yeah, but he was there game 7. Doesn't matter. He scored like what, 32, 35? Didn't matter. LeBron still won. I think LeBron just wins in the playoffs. He had no one 2017 and 2018. He literally took him to the finals.
Yeah. See, that's where Kobe, he's had like playoff runs, but he never like took a team by himself to the finals. But he's been to there's too many like there should have been 2 more rings, dude. They should have won in 2004 against Detroit. That was
And like he should have won against Dallas. I think that's LeBron's probably like best, like best con against him,
Mhm.
or like point to use against him is versus Dallas. Like he was terrible. But everyone loses except for Jordan. But like that's another convo.
Yeah. I still think Jordan's just the greatest of all time still.
I don't know. I
that.
think if Jordan versus that Warriors team that was 73-9, I don't think he would have won.
I mean, dude, like,
Or versus Durant, I
I-
don't think he would have won.
but you also got to remember, like, the league got so soft. Like, legit,
Yeah,
Bill Laimbeer was like Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman. They were on Jordan's ass the whole time. Like,
yeah, it's different
Dude,
eras.
you get
Pistons
hit.
team, yeah, you get hit. They don't call a fucking foul. Like you can in today's league, they can breathe on you. It's a fucking foul.
Yeah,
I don't like it either. I don't. I'm
you
not
can
like
literally like run into someone while you're shooting and they call a foul.
Yeah, but put LeBron in that era, he's literally running through everyone. No one's as athletic as LeBron in that era, except for maybe Jordan
I think
and maybe Spud Webb.
LeBron would LeBron would definitely do well, but he'd also struggle because like more defense. If they played the same defense they did on LeBron, I feel like LeBron would be complaining a
No,
lot. He'd be complaining a lot.
no, bro. Like if you played physical with LeBron, he's just gonna run through you, especially in a league where like I don't know. I feel like LeBron would have done well in that era. He does well in any circumstance. Look how the game is progressing. Look how many players are just falling off. And look at LeBron. He's just getting better and better because he adapts to literally everything.
Yeah, no, I'll give it to him. Like he's definitely improved his 3-point shot the past 3-4 years. Like, and back in like 2010, no one really like LeBron shooting a 3 wasn't
Yeah,
that big.
like the era now is shooting, and LeBron is a good shooter now.
For sure. I think for me, it just comes down to I don't know if you could say Kobe's the GOAT, but I would say Kobe is the better scorer,
Yeah.
more clutch, and then LeBron's overall the better team player.
LeBron overall, sorry
No,
to interrupt you.
I think if you look at it like on paper too, like LeBron was drafted number 1 in 2003, right? So like he had to like rely like on his like talent and like his fame and stuff like that. So people were looking at him like this guy's number 1, so we're expecting so much from him. And his first couple seasons, he was able to put up those rookie numbers, run rookie of the year, and then he was able to make the All-Star team years after that.
Mm-hmm.
But then Kobe got drafted number 13 he came off the bench, didn't receive that many minutes for the like first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So I think when you look at it on paper, the reason why LeBron has surpassed Kobe in all these categories was because Kobe didn't have that chance to be taken off the bench and be in that starting lineup and like show his true potential until he was actually recognized in like 1998.
Well, yeah, he had to develop more. He came out of high school, but like LeBron, Doc Rivers said, I remember, like LeBron has so much hype behind him, and he exceeded everything, and he still is. He could literally win MVP every year. Not this year.
Yeah.
This year's a little rough.
Not this year, yeah. I don't know. Not this year.
Depends.
He can still win it, but I just feel like they're gonna pull this guy's already won 4 MVPs. Let's go give it to someone else.
Nah, he's lost games he should have won, but like you can't do it all. Like if you lose AD, it's not that AD is a good player and he's very valuable to Lakers, but like it's almost impossible for LeBron to win without AD just
Yeah.
because of the role he plays.
If AD's not on the team, Lakers aren't winning anything. Just because everyone else has that second. Now Nets have that third guy. They need AD. They said like last year, AD was the key to the championship, and it's the key again this year. If he performs as well as he's supposed to and like exceeds expectation, then we're gonna win. Because LeBron's always gonna come every night. He's always gonna play to his best.
But like that's why LeBron's like having a hard time. He's still scoring, but like having AD off that team just draws every defender towards LeBron.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with Shaq. That's what happened with Gasol and everyone. Well, Kobe attracted a lot of defenders, but like you need AD. It's not like LeBron's not a good basketball player right now. It's just how basketball works. So I'm not going to use that as like an argument or like against LeBron, but I think overall, when it comes down to it, LeBron is a better basketball player. Just overall, he's better.
I think there are different perspectives on it.
Like without bias, without like iconic moments or anything, like just like as a basketball player, he's so much more well-rounded and he has everything. He may not have as good scoring as Kobe, but he's like a little worse, but like he is better passing. He's equal defender.
I'd say he's definitely a worse defender.
Nah, you gotta watch his tape. LeBron plays defense, and Kobe did too.
Kobe, like I think Kobe's a better on-ball defender. He's known for his defense. Like
so is LeBron.
LeBron. I don't know. He's also been known for his laziness. Again, like on defense, he's sometimes lazy. I think now he's been better, as I said, but I think he's sometimes a lazy defender, and
I think
he has the right to.
Everything.
He has the right to, but Kobe played every night.
Yeah, but Kobe also slacked on defense sometimes because you have to as a scorer. Like you can't do it all. But I think LeBron.
At the end of the day, that's where his defense got him 12-time all defense. So like this guy still played defense too. Like it's not like a ball was stolen. It's not like
Kobe definitely played defense, but I feel like LeBron is doing everything. Like LeBron doesn't have to play point. I mean, Kobe doesn't have to play point and like run the like offense or anything. Because I feel like LeBron does everything. Like he has a little bit slack on defense.
I mean, Kobe didn't really run the offense, but like the ball was running through him. Like Kobe was making the shots. He was making the
shots.
He was making the plays.
Yeah, but like he asked for the ball. LeBron has the ball at all times. Like he has to tell players what to do. Kobe does too sometimes, but he's more for scoring.
How often does when Kobe asks for the ball and people give it to him, how often will he make the shot?
Pretty often. Well,
10 out of 10.
What's his field goal percentage compared to LeBron? I don't know the exact numbers. It's lower though.
When LeBron takes less, LeBron drives more to the rim though, so you can't really compare that. It's like comparing Bynum to someone that just chucks up threes all day. Like obviously Bynum's right next to the rim. He's gonna have a higher field goal percentage. Any center is gonna have a higher field goal percentage than someone that's shooting outside.
I guess.
As Kobe got older too, he started shooting more because he didn't really have that explosiveness coming into probably probably later in his years. Like he wasn't
I,
as athletic as he was when he came into the league and his first couple years into the league.
yeah, I think I just want to say like Kobe, he could have easily had more championships if what's his name, David Stern. If David Stern never stopped that CP3 trade, we
That's
would
so
have
funny.
we would have had Kobe, CP3, and possibly Dwight or Melo.
Yeah, that would
Melo would have came, but that Dwight trade would have happened too. Like, and Dwight probably would have not been as mad. Like that Dwight Kobe relationship didn't work because they had like so much pressure to win. And if CP3 was there, I think he could probably help that relationship just because CP3 would be getting Dwight the ball more. And that's 3 championships right there. No one's beating CP3, Kobe, Dwight in
You'll
2012.
never know.
But still,
Guess when it's like what happens if Kyrie doesn't get injured in the 2015 finals?
I think they still would have lost.
Guess we'll never know. No, LeBron was doing really good in that final. He was literally alone. Kevin Love was injured. Kyrie was injured in the finals against Golden State.
What game did they go to?
I think
Didn't they get
6.
swept?
No,
Was it a sweep?
2015? No, that was to Game 6, I think.
One year they got swept, no? Or was it
I
4?
think
Yeah,
The
because
Warriors were fucking nuts that year though. That was their 73-9 year.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if with a healthy Kyrie and a healthy Kevin Love, I feel like the Warriors could have still dismantled that Cavs team with
No, I don't think so. Because LeBron literally won 2 games by himself. He led in every category, I think, except I don't even know what category he didn't lead. I think he led in every major category.
But I think even if like not including LeBron, this is 2015. KD wasn't on the team, right?
no, he wasn't.
Mm-mm. No,
It definitely could have gone LeBron's way, but I still would have to say the Warriors healthy.
Like you
But
still
they just had that momentum.
They said Iguodala. Clay was shooting lights out. Steph was shooting lights out.
Iguodala did.
LeBron.
Iguodala did shut down LeBron that one year.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if you shut down LeBron, you win a Finals MVP. Like Kawhi won it in 2014. Iguodala won it in 2015. Like that's how good LeBron is. If you shut him down, you win a Finals MVP.
Well, it's
Who's gotten a Final
Iguodala
MVP
deserve it.
guarding Kobe?
No one can guard Kobe. That's why.
But he's
Oh,
lost.
the debate's over. The debate's over. I was
is
just
true.
playing, but I don't think anyone could guard Kobe.
Yeah, no, Kobe's definitely a better scorer, but LeBron's still a great scorer.
Yeah, for me, at the end of the day, I think again, I said it before. I'll say it again. LeBron wins one more ring. He wins it this year. I'll say LeBron's better than Kobe, just because on paper, LeBron is better, but I will still say Kobe goes down as the greatest scorer,
Oh, definitely.
most clutch scorer. That's just me. What about you, Nathan? What do you think?
Do you think if the Lakers win another championship this year with LeBron on the roster, do you think he would be great enough for the Lakers organization to retire 23?
Oh yeah.
After two championships, because we already won one with us.
I think
they'll retire after one. Honestly, like
Lakers
will solidify it.
The one thing about the organization, Lakers, like they're pretty nice organization to their players, and I think just because winning one ring like is pretty big, so I think they're still gonna retire his jersey probably just because it's LeBron, you know.
You still have to retire,
even though he's been on the team for like what 3 years now. It's still that LeBron factor when after he retires, you know. I think he'll win one more, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully this year. Definitely.
But yeah, let us know in the comments who you guys think is the GOAT. You can't comment MJ because that's for another episode.
Yeah.
Oh, LeBron's still better though.
We'll let the comments decide. What do you think won the debate today, guys?
Like the video if you think Kobe's better or like the video if you think LeBron's better, but still comment regardless.
Yeah, and still like the video.
Still like the video.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say, Parsa?
When Kobe led a finals in every statistical category, I'll say he's better. But overall,
All right,
when it
I
comes
guess we
down
gotta
to it,
go, guys.
LeBron is a better player overall. When it comes down to it,
I think
LeBron is better.
what people forget about too is Kobe's work ethic too was just fucking like
Yeah,
it was just he was literally in the gym after games, in the gym before, like way before games, way before shoot around, and
but
just get up like at 4 a.m. Like I gotta admit, LeBron, he maintains his body enough to the point where you know he doesn't have to do that. But like the league now, like I feel like him being so accustomed to the league now, like he kind of has to do that.
Mhm.
But back then, you know, players weren't able to do that, and players didn't have that mindset. So players had, like Kobe, had to have that work ethic. Like I gotta work hard, and then at the end of the day, he won 5 rings.
All right,
just
but
build it.
how many games did LeBron win against Kobe? More.
All right, that doesn't
There you
matter.
go.
That doesn't
That
matter.
does matter. What do you mean? It's a basketball game.
Lakers
All
team
right.
with a bunch of crippled Lakers teams.
Yeah. All right,
Nah,
Parsa.
even in the beginning,
We
when he was on the
appreciate
Cavs
you
originally.
for coming on the show, man. Thank you for taking the time out of your day.
Yeah, no
But
problem.
it's still open ended.
That's not open-ended. LeBron's definitely better.
Well, that's a
Go
great
on
opinion
every
you have.
analyst's list of
We don't
best
care about
basketball
the
players,
analysts.
and
This is the
Kobe
up
is
and
underneath
under.
LeBron.
We
Yeah,
are
and
the
LeBron is
analysts
up
now.
and Kobe is under.
Nah. All right, man. Thank you
Well,
guys.
thank you guys for watching. Be sure to follow our Instagram at the up and under pod, and we'll give a special shout out to Parsa. We'll put his Instagram also.
Yeah, Instagram
I
below.
don't post anything,
He
honestly.
doesn't post
It's
anything,
okay.
but
You'll gain those 20
Just
followers.
follow
Don't
my
worry.
Spotify, honestly. That's more important to me.
we'll put his Spotify.
All right, we'll put your Spotify. All right, guys. Thank you. Peace.